Saturday. It will not be held over again. It's at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 2, in the same blooming place since 1952.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Midday with Joe.
Time for Midday with Joe. Joe Martone is in the studio wearing his Mickey Mouse watch, ready to begin the next edition of Midday with Joe.
Yes, he is.
Today we're going to talk about
What?
riddles. We want to exercise our brains.
Riddles.
I have some riddles to exercise your brain with. Remember, the right answer is not what's important. What's important is that you exercise your brain.
So I go to doctor, says, I exercised all day yesterday. Hey, what time did you exercise? 11:45.
And how many calories did you burn?
All of them.
Wow. Every single one?
Every one I wanted to burn is gone.
I wonder if you could do that. I wonder if you could actually burn every one of your calories.
Mm-hmm.
You do. You turn to dust.
You're dead.
I'll drink my Starbucks coffee from the Paddock Mall. Leave me alone.
There you go. Product placement.
How he ruins my zen.
No, it doesn't remove your zen.
I think he ruined my zen. I was in a zone.
It's a nice watch you got on it.
Thank you very much.
What's the story behind it? When did you get that?
Ooh, 2 years ago?
From?
3 years ago? Disney.
Ah, from Disney.
Disney Springs at their jewelry store.
Nice.
At their store.
Is it digital?
The biggest store in the world.
Is it digital or analog?
It's analog.
Oh, it's analog.
Okay.
Analog. I think what you were
I
saying.
looked at it.
It's analog. It has two hands on it to go up and down. And they're not Mickey Mouse hands. All they have is a Mickey Mouse symbol in the middle.
It's very sharp looking.
Oh, really?
Classy
It's like
looking.
a silhouette of his head. You know, like you see a hidden Mickey, that's what it looks like, a hidden Mickey.
See, now this is before you lived in Ocala, but when we used to have that Disney Welcome Center down the road, they used to sell watches, remember?
Yeah, they were really classy looking too.
I got one for you. And then,
You got me too, because my first one broke, and after wearing it 3 years, and then you got me a second one.
Oh, right.
Because it was a Mickey Mouse watch. Of course it'd break.
It was nice. That was a nice little place. I don't know why they got rid of that. That was a nice little thing.
Who knows?
Yeah, I know. That
They
was
probably,
very sad.
the real estate
Good morning.
wanted to, whatever.
And we have so many hotels in Ocala now.
And another one growing, and another one growing, and another one growing.
Well, the one everybody talks about is the one downtown.
Yeah, that's the Garden Inn, I think it's going to be called.
That's a big deal for everybody. But the truth is...
Have you ever stayed at a Garden Inn?
It's a Hilton, right?
Or is it Hilton Garden?
No, I have not.
I went to one in Tampa.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
they're nice? What makes them nice? Are they suites?
Yeah, it's very sweet to stay there, yeah.
I mean, do they have a kitchenette or something in them?
I don't remember. All I know is like, I think they had breakfast in the morning.
What is a prerequisite? What for you makes a hotel stay a good hotel stay?
A good hotel stay would have to be, first of all, a bed that I fit in. That's number one.
So bed is always first, yeah.
I always get king-size bed. Yes, okay, that's number one. That's good. Cleanliness, that's number two.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cleanliness. Breakfast. Hot breakfast. That's number three, a hot breakfast.
Yeah, I like all
when I
those
was
things
in
too.
Valdosta, I got spoiled.
Yeah?
Oh, what a motel that was.
Where'd you stay? Where'd you stay?
I cannot. DUR.
Oh, yeah, it was a weird name, right?
Yeah, but they're all over the place. Once you find it,
tell me how to spell it. I want to look it up.
There's two of them in Atlanta. There's one down. They're all over. That's DURGURY or something.
DURGURY.
I don't know. DUR.
URY?
Yeah,
Drury
URY
or
or something like that. Yeah.
Drury? Is it the Drury Inn?
Yes, that's the one.
I never heard of Drury Inn.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
DRURY.
DRURY.
DruryHotels.com is the
Yes,
website.
it is. They're all the rooms are all suites, like because we had of course the flat screen TV, and underneath it looked like a bureau, but it wasn't because it was all fake doors, and you open them, and you open the door, and underneath was a refrigerator and microwave underneath there.
Oh, really?
And then, of course, you had your nice suite with the bed, and then you had a desk and a chair, And then after the desk and a chair, then of course a nice bathroom, and it was all nice and clean. And then they had a big big mirror door with a big closet, so you hang all your clothes up and everything, and it was very nice. And then, like I said, in the morning they had a good hot breakfast. You pour your own waffles if you want to make your own waffles, scrambled eggs, sausage, grits.
Oh, really?
Cereal. I can't think of all the other, but it was all spread out nice. Then, I think they call them kickbacks or something at night, between 5 and 7 or 5 and 7:30.
Right.
If you're back in the motel between that point, they serve you supper.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
How wonderful. That's
and
great.
it was good. There was good supper too.
Uh-huh.
And 3 alcoholic beverages per person per night.
No, really?
And I said alcoholic beverages, not just beer and wine, but mixed drinks also.
Oh, I got to stay there.
Rum and Coke.
You got to get them. You get them to be a sponsor, then you can. Yeah, I'm looking at the one in Orlando. It's a nice.
They're all over. Yeah, but they're strategically.
They're all over, but there's only one in our area. That's in Orlando.
Oh, yeah, or Valdosta.
Yeah, I guess you could say that's our area.
Yeah. So next time I'm through the area, I'm going to definitely, if I'm going to stop somewhere, I'd make it a point to seek them out before I go somewhere else now.
Georgia has 2.
3.
2, according to this.
Well, there's 2 in Atlanta and 1 in Valdosta.
Oh, there's 2 in Atlanta?
Yes, there's 2 in Atlanta. And then that I know of. No, who knows what else?
Okay, it's confusing. Okay.
And there's a couple in North Carolina, South Carolina, I think so.
Okay, so I was a little bit confused by this.
Oh, we should get them to advertise. This would be great.
Yeah, they can market with us, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so there's 1 in Orlando.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think.
And not only the amenities were nice, but the people were nice.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
That makes a lot of difference. So.
Gosh.
Do you know, what you're saying is really true, but I wanted to say something. The other day, we had a gift card for a local restaurant. I won't tell you where.
Okay.
The food was good.
But?
The staff was great.
Oh.
But the other customers turned me off. They were complaining so much.
Yeah, they were awful.
I didn't like hearing people complaining. It just ruined it for me.
Gee.
And we had to put our name in to be seated. And then all of a sudden, this lady gets up. She was sitting there, and she butts ahead of us. And she was talking to the girl, saying, well, we were here before them. Are you sure you have my name down first?
Oh, how nice of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gee.
Give them the cross thing.
All right.
I have the clientele.
You want to do some riddles and exercise your brain?
Sure.
All right. Here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Good morning.
It is a good morning.
You see a boat filled with people. It has not sunk. But when you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat. Why?
They got off.
Robin?
It's a submarine.
So you didn't think too long about that, so you didn't really exercise your brain.
Well, I didn't have to.
But if I tell you you're wrong...
then I'll have to exercise my brain.
Exercise your brain. Okay, so let me read it again.
Okay.
You see a boat filled with people. It has not sunk. But when you look again, you don't see a single person on the boat. Why?
Oh, now it's not that because they got off.
Right.
And it's not because they sunk.
Right.
It's a big sailboat, and the sail's obstructing your view.
No, they all went below deck.
Oh, there you
This
go.
is a good guess. See? Now you're working your brain.
Yeah,
that's the whole idea of these, is to work your brain.
Well, this is a good riddle.
Because the reason is a different boat.
Okay.
They were airlifted.
Good job.
It got foggy outside.
There you go.
All right, the answer is, you ready for this?
Yeah.
And I know you're going to repeat this one. I know.
Okay.
Because they were all married.
Oh, I like it.
Nice.
You did not see a single person on
That was
board.
great.
They were all married. Okay, all right, okay.
I love that. That
all right,
was
I got to remember that one. Okay, all right.
Oh, I love that. Good morning.
Here we go. A woman shoots her husband.
Oh, good.
Then holds him underwater for 5 minutes.
Why?
Next, she hangs him.
Okay.
Right after, they enjoy a lovely dinner.
All right.
What the heck happened?
Oh, my God. She's Dracula. I don't know.
They were playing games. She took a picture of him. They played Hangman, the game Hangman.
Yeah, that was she's playing a board game.
Robin is on the right track.
Playing a board game.
A woman shoots her husband.
Shoots a clue.
Then holds him underwater for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Next, she hangs him. Right after that, they enjoy a lovely dinner.
You're not playing the game Hangman?
Were they playing the game Hangman?
No.
Were they playing a board game?
No.
Oh, charades.
I'll give you a hint, and Robin sort of went on
It's
it.
Pictionary.
She's a photographer.
Oh, okay. She took shoot as a
She shoots him?
photographer.
Oh,
She holds him underwater to develop it, then she hangs it up on the thing, and then she has dinner with him. Okay.
Okay, there you go. Developing her own photograph.
no, that's called developing a relationship. Okay.
All right. A girl has as many brothers as sisters, but each brother has only half as many brothers as sisters. How many brothers and sisters are there in the family?
Oh, 4.
Yeah, 4 sisters and
Good
3
job.
brothers. Good job.
Good job.
Don't ask me.
That was excellent.
It
Wow.
just went click, 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 click.
I couldn't even process, and you had the answer like that.
Yeah.
So good.
Scary, I told you. It's scary. I am
So good.
scary sometimes.
All right, here's another one.
Good.
I have keys,
Good.
but no locks in space,
Okay.
and no rooms. You can enter, but you can't go outside. What am I?
A piano.
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Two in a
Good
row.
job. 2 for 2.
Good job, okay.
Joe. Excellent.
Holy moly.
That's scary. This is good.
What gets wet while drying?
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 Correct.
Oh, a towel.
The towel is right.
Hey,
I had
there
to
you go.
beat Joe on that one. He
you
would have
got
got that if I wouldn't have jumped in there.
That's all right.
A is the brother of B. B is the brother of C. C is the father of D. So how is D related to A? This is just a, you have to think about this one.
It's his brother.
No. How is D related to A?
A is what?
A
Is related to.
is the brother of B.
Okay.
B is the brother of C.
Okay.
C is the father of D. So how is D related to A?
They're,
He's a grandson?
no, they're brothers. Or they're cousins. What
The important thing is you're thinking about, that's exercising your brain. A is D's aunt. A is D's aunt.
Oh.
Okay.
This belongs to you,
Thank you.
but everyone else uses it.
Okay.
What is it?
My opinion.
Oh, good job.
I don't use your opinion.
My attitude.
I don't use your attitude.
You know what?
This belongs
My
to
air.
you. I don't use your air.
You better not. My air.
This belongs to you, but everyone else uses it. What is it?
It belongs to me, but everybody can use it.
Everyone else does use it.
Everybody else does
use it.
Right.
But it belongs to you.
Right.
My voice in their ears. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
What is it?
Your name.
Oh, it belongs to me, but you can use it.
There you go.
Why would you
I
use
like
my
that.
name. Trying to get me in trouble?
Yep.
What do you got, 10 seconds?
No, we got 35 seconds.
Oh, 35, 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, 30. Okay, good. We're all set then. Hey, if you guys are having fun and you're listening to us, pass the word along, because this is a station that's unique in form and depth. This is WOCA Ocala, you know. We are news talk. We try to keep it light, but serious at times when need be. We're here to help you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for listening. This is WOCA Ocala.
Midday with Joe.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The new Congress is sworn in today. House Democrats, now in the majority, plan votes on ending the partial government shutdown.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says the Senate won't even consider the bills Democrats are planning to vote on, calling the bills a political sideshow and a total non-starter. The next scheduled meeting involving the president and congressional leaders is scheduled for tomorrow.
Fox's John Decker at the White House. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders says he was unaware of sexual harassment accusations against staff during his 2016 presidential campaign until after it was over.
I was a little bit busy running around the country trying to make the case.
Senator Sanders on CNN apologizes to any women who were treated unfairly and says we'll do better next time if he runs for president again. The New York Times reports there were unwanted sexual advances on the campaign trail and women being paid less than men. This is Fox News.
When it comes to your identity and the personal information on your devices, there's no soundtrack to let you know you're in danger. Today's digital world is so connected, it just takes one weak link for criminals to get in. Good thing LifeLock now adds the power of Norton Security. LifeLock uses proprietary technology to detect threats like your personal info for sale on the dark web. And Norton Security helps protect up to 5 devices from ransomware and other online threats. Plus, if you have a problem, our agents will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or cybercrime or monitor all transactions at all businesses. But with LifeLock, we can help alert you to danger. Join now and get an additional 10% off your first year. Go to LifeLock.com now and use promo code NEWS. That's promo code NEWS to save 10%. LifeLock with Norton. More detection, more protection.
WOCA gets results.
This is Ted Berkey from PR Newswire, and I have worked with Larry and Robin for the last 12 to 14 years. They're one of my favorite interviewers. They are always well prepared, ask the best questions, and they're super nice. And I just feel honored to work with them for this long. AM WOCA is one of my favorite shows, and I'll continue booking them for as long as I can.
WOCA gets results. There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around: death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
Announcing Gemma Adams in concert, we'd like to invite you to an awesome dual concert Friday, January the 11th at Christ Church of Marion, 6768 Southwest 80th Street. RSVP is required for dinner, served at 5:15 p.m., and the concert will start promptly at 6:30 p.m. Backwater Bluegrass will open up, followed by hit recording artist Gemma Adams.
Jesus loves you. Don't matter if you're lost or found, if you're rising, if you're falling, hell-bent or heaven-bound.
Gemma Adams, singer, songwriter, and musician with 2 hit songs on 3 different charts. A large crowd is expected, so make reservations now at 352-861-6182.
Every sinner has a future. Every angel has a past.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business and wish everybody health, wealth, and good fortune in 2019. In addition to our pasture mowing service, we also offer fence row spraying and stump grinding. Now is the perfect time for weed control and to take care of those troublesome stumps. We are family owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm ready. Howell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 30-year-old man has been arrested for trespassing after he drove up to President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort, told a Secret Service agent he was there to talk to the president about his $6.3 trillion and refused to leave. The president was not there at the time. A state commission is putting partial blame on Broward County Sheriff's Office and the Broward County Public Schools for ignoring warning signs that allowed a then 19-year-old to carry out a mass shooting last Valentine's Day at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. An 8-year-old boy in Edgewater has died after he was struck by a drag-style race car being operated by his grandfather. A former top official with Colombia's anti-corruption agency has received a 4-year sentence from a U.S. judge for seeking bribes. A 41-year-old St. Petersburg man angry after not getting a straw at McDonald's was caught on video attacking an employee. And SeaWorld Orlando is offering free admission for children 5 years old and under. And that is your news brief from The Source.
WOCA, putting the local back into radio.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community.
Entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
It's Pat and Stu for Glenn on the Glenn Beck Program. 888-727-BECK. We've got Ocasio-Cortez's radical New Deal to talk about because this is going to be great for everybody. I can't wait till they get this passed.
I know, I'm excited about it.
Get into that. Also, Chuck Todd won't even consider anybody with any debate on climate change because that's all settled. And he'll only present one side of that argument. Made that really clear on Sunday. It's just not even news anymore. They're just not even doing news anymore.
And they're certainly no longer hiding the fact that they're not doing it anymore.
Not at all. They don't care.
It's pretty amazing.
They just don't care.
We're getting to that in about 60 seconds right here on the Glenn Beck Program.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
Let's talk about something real here. You can put off a lot of things in life. You don't have to join a gym. You can clean your gutters, but usually they will rot off your house. But here's another thing you shouldn't put off, and that is getting home security. It's your home. It's your family. It's your stuff. You want to protect it, but there's always something holding you back, and most likely it's the idea of paying an awful lot of money or paying a middleman and being indebted forever. It also could be the fact that they want you to schedule a 6-hour installation window. You don't have time for that. Simply Safe Home Security has gotten rid of all of those reasons not to get home security. And I'm about to tell you how to save a ton, too. These guys are really great. They don't have any contracts. There's no wiring. There's no markup. There's no installation windows. Just professional quality home security with 24-hour professional monitoring. Now you can save hundreds on SimpliSafe with their extended holiday sale. Just go to simplysafebeck.com to get this great offer at simplysafebeck.com. Save on home protection today, but hurry. The holiday sale ends January 8th. That's simplysafebeck.com.
Pat and Stu for Glenn today. Glenn is back on Monday. 888-727-BECK. It's going to be interesting to see as the new Congress people are sworn in today. It's going to be interesting to see whose agenda wins the day. Will it be the moderates in the party? Are there even any moderates in the Democrat Party anymore? Or is it going to be the radical agenda of some of the incoming freshmen who are Democratic socialists?
Well, there's some moderate socialists. That we know. Now, there's some extreme socialists as well, but there's some right down the middle of the line socialists.
Yeah.
And then there's some,
and
I would say,
communists who are right, sort of center-ish.
Center communists?
Yeah.
And then there's some, I would say, there's 2 or 3 real conservative communists. They are like real small government conservative communists, which believe that only like 97% of all the economy should be run by the government. And those people are, they're extreme in the party. There's only a few, but there's a couple. Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're up against in the Democrat Party now, because the Democrat Party, they're not Democrats anymore, as a rule. The party has been taken over by socialists. And in fact, it was, what is his name? Perez, right? The head of the DNC, who said that this is the future, that the Ocasio-Cortezes are the future of the Democrat Party. Really? Socialists are the future of the Democrat Party? Are you listening to yourself?
They're a little bit more of the past than they've admitted as well.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, the interesting note here is that this is a party that used to try so hard to hide the fact that they wanted a giant government. Remember, the era of big government is over was Bill Clinton. That's not that long ago. It's 20 years ago, but that was where they were, to the point where they actually said growing government wasn't even a thing anymore.
Right.
Now they're admitting they're socialists, and they're saying that's the future of the party. It's quite a jump.
So it wasn't until recently that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez provided, some of the details of her proposal for the Green New Deal. But she finally spoke at a town hall, and she declared this is going to be the New Deal, the Great Society, the moonshot, the civil rights movement of our generation. Now, we still don't have the specifics, but of course, it includes free health care. It includes free college education. She is going to eliminate all fossil fuel powered electricity. She's proposing elimination of all fossil fuel powered electricity.
So I assume, Pat, she's going nuclear, which is obviously a huge, easy, emission-free way to generate amounts of electricity.
But we are going to close every coal and natural gas powered plant.
Now, natural gas, by the way, is the thing responsible for the giant drop in emissions that had nothing to do with a treaty in the United States. We had a big drop because we took a decent amount of our electricity and transferred it from coal to natural gas. Now she wants to get rid of that too.
She does. Yeah, because, Stu, it's time to do renewable sources of power, especially wind and solar, because that will create massive amounts of new jobs in the renewable resource industry. And it'll be so affordable because those technologies are so well perfected now that you could just run everything efficiently with solar and wind.
Oh, totally.
You shut down all, let's say, coal-fired, all natural gas, all hydroelectric, and just go totally wind and solar, and we'll be great.
I mean, even Elon Musk, with multiple billions of dollars he's willing to throw at these things, even he can't make that stuff work.
No.
Right? Like, I mean, he's improved it, and he's come a decent amount. Of course, a lot of government handouts in the middle of that as well. But still, we're still not solving that problem. And this is somebody who's actually competent.
Yeah.
And can you imagine the government trying to be involved in it?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
She's also, part of this Green New Deal is a national tax on CO2 emissions.
Of course.
That would cost the U.S. economy, they estimate, $4.21 trillion.
Over what period of time?
Somewhere between $4.21 trillion and $5.98 trillion. So nearly $6 trillion. But
over the next
over
few centuries?
10 years.
Oh, okay.
That's a full decade. I mean, $6 trillion in a decade.
That's it.
Wow.
Of course.
By 2040, as much as $12.32 trillion would be lost. Nearly 1/4 of the country's GDP relative to what it would otherwise be could be lost too as a result of the carbon tax. I don't know how people listened to her, and maybe they just didn't listen to her. I don't know how you say, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Let's do this. How do you... I mean, I know it's explained in a way from her that is simplistic and would probably sound great because we're just the greatest country in the world and we can just do this stuff. So it's time. Well, how do you pay for it? I'm always puzzled by people who ask me how I pay for it because you just do. I mean, those are the kinds of explanations you get from her. So maybe it fooled the people of the Bronx? I don't know.
I don't think, honestly, people make this big deal about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And part of it is a lot of Republicans are obsessed with talking about her. And the reason for that, of course, is because they dream of this. We just talked about this with Bill Clinton. When Bill Clinton was going to be elected, if you were a conservative talk show host, you had to go on the air and say, I know he's saying the era of big government is over, but what he really means is he wants a lot more big government. And that was not an easy sell to people. You had to go through each policy individually. It was a dream of Republicans for a half century to convince voters, I swear to you, these people are basically socialists, or at the very least want to walk us down that road way too far. They want to get way too close to socialism. And every Republican since like 1945 has been saying, hey, guys, socialism is encroaching on us. Look at this party is trying to do this to you. Now they're all saying they're socialists.
Yeah.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a dream for Republicans to go up against because she is saying exactly the thing they're trying to pin on the party. She's saying, yep, you're right. You've been saying we're socialists for 50, 60, 70 years, and you were right. That is a dream. That's why the Republicans love Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and then add in the additional amount that she usually screws up the details of her job and doesn't seem to know much about it. But that's not why she got elected in the Bronx, right? She got elected in the Bronx because they had a 900-year-old old white dude who had been there for a zillion years. And
she looked better.
She looked better. She was younger. She was exciting. She was new. They wanted change. They had just gone through an election where they lost to Donald Trump. I mean, again, put your head in the mind of a leftist here. You're really upset about this. You can't believe this is happening. You know whose fault it is? It's those people who have been in control all this time. So they picked a new person. They had no idea. She was waiting tables at a restaurant a few months before this. They had no idea what her policies were. Yeah, she got out and she went on TV a few times, but mostly went on TV and made really bad mistakes. And she took an election that no one thought she could win, and she deserves credit for that. That's not easy to do. But, I mean, I don't think if the Democrats wind up going down that road that Perez is suggesting and saying that this is the future of our party,
I think they're going to.
I think you're right.
I think they're going to,
especially with this primary.
Yeah.
This is a blessing in disguise for Republicans, conservatives, whatever you want to say. Because
I hope so.
Because they're all going to have to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez themselves in this primary to win it.
Yeah.
You're either going to say you want universal jobs, universal health care, green taxes, every single little pet project of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. If you don't say you want it, you lose the primary.
I mean, she's talking basic income. So a guaranteed basic income for all Americans, universal health care, universal education. And there's no way. There's no way you can provide all of that in the United States of America. You can't do it.
I mean,
it's just impossible.
A left-leaning think tank went through these numbers and said, now it did not include universal jobs, which as I'm assuming is going to be part of this eventually too.
It would have to be if you're going to get a basic income, right?
And that was at $32 trillion total
over
cost
10
over
years.
10 years. $32 trillion.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty ridiculous estimate because it did stuff like, well, okay, minimum wage goes to $15. The assumption is people who make $13 will go up to $15, and they're trying to factor in the cost. And that makes sense, right? If you're making 13, they would raise it to 15. If you're making 8, they would raise it to 15. And they tried to factor that in. What they didn't factor in is if you have a guaranteed job and you're at $17 an hour working, why would you stay working at $17, going 40 hours a week and busting your butt? When to do nothing, you're guaranteed a job at $15 an hour. How many people who are making $14 an hour now at a real job are going to say, well, why don't I just take the guaranteed job for $15 an hour and I don't have to actually work?
I'm going to say everybody,
right? Anyone
all of
who's
them
thought it out, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So that is another extreme cost on top of this.
It's just nuts.
It is.
And it's something that I think 5 years ago we couldn't have fathomed even being proposed in the United States. Even under Barack Obama, I don't think I could have fathomed this being proposed.
He didn't propose it. He
didn't.
He had the opportunity to and didn't.
And did not. As radical as I thought Obama was, he didn't even do this.
Now, again, you'll see him jump in and support a lot of these programs.
Yeah,
now,
you will.
Because the party's moved left, and now it's okay to say. You know, with Obama, again, even Obama would try to hide these things a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
We were on the air trying to uncover the people he was hiring that used to be socialists. Now they're all just out there saying it. I mean, this is one of these Glenn predictions that he made many years ago.
They're going to take the mask off.
Yeah, and it's certainly true now.
And they're doing it. I remember that like once a month, Obama would make some half-hearted attempt to say something good about capitalism or entrepreneurial endeavors.
Yeah.
And they'd go, see, he's a capitalist. And then the rest of the time he's talking about income inequality and how the rich have too much. And at some point you've made enough money.
Right.
And redistribution of wealth. And that was his main theme. But then every once in a while he'd say something nice about capitalism so that he could say, no, I'm a capitalist. So he was still hiding it. But you're right. Now they're not.
Yeah. I mean,
now they're taking the mask off.
One of the pieces of analysis of the failure in 2016 for the left is Bernie Sanders had the energy. Now, Bernie Sanders was obviously is a heavily flawed candidate. He's 175 years old. He's some unknown guy from Vermont who came out of nowhere to get 40% of the primary vote against Hillary Clinton, one of the most recognizable names in all the world. And their part of their analysis is that Hillary was too careful. She was trying to say that capitalism was good occasionally. She was trying to make it look like she could appeal to Republicans. Yeah. That's what they think happened. They should have gone more Bernie Sanders. And if they go down that road with 30 of them competing to get to the left, this is going to be,
it's going to be fun to watch.
Socialism is going to be the right-wing position of the Democratic Party. They're going to be like, this guy's, he's way too conservative. He's only a socialist. That is going to be where we go.
It is.
All right, 888-727-BECK is our phone number. We have another tweet from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez that we have to delve into. We'll get into that in 60 seconds.
This is the Glenn Beck Program.
You know, not everybody agrees with me, but even though Bitcoin is down significantly right now, I believe in cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology that's behind them. They're going to play a significant role in our future. And while it may end up in the end being crazy, I'm actually investing more in Bitcoin. It just makes sense that a trackable digital form of money will replace fiat money one day, doesn't it? It's important that you understand these and ask these questions and find the answers, because you have a chance right now to invest in this technology before it happens. And if I'm right, and I could be wrong, you could make game-changing money from a very small investment. But I want you to do your own homework and begin with Wall Street hedge fund manager Tikrit Tiwari. He's an expert in the cryptocurrency space. He's created a course that takes you through all of the basics and makes buying or selling of crypto as simple as buying and selling stock. For a limited time, you can take a risk-free 30-day trial of his course by going to smartcryptocourse.com. Do it today, smartcryptocourse.com, or call 877-PBL-BECK.
That's Pat and Stu for Glenn on the Glenn Beck program. 888-727-BECK. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, brilliant ideas. You know what this sounds like a lot to me? It sounds like the FDR Second Bill of Rights. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much what she's proposing now. Universal income, guaranteed jobs. The only thing and universal health care along with education, free education. The only thing she's not proposing that was kind of in the plan of FDR is free housing, is guaranteed housing. A decent home for everybody, I think is how FDR put it.
Yeah, and she is proposing something as far as the housing, isn't it? Were we saying something of a guaranteed improvements, or what was it?
Upgrades to all homes. Well, you're going to have to upgrade the homes in America because they're not fitted for wind and solar power.
Okay,
so you're going to have to upgrade every home and every business in America.
That's multiple, obviously thousands of dollars.
And who pays for that? I guess, does the government, or do you force every homeowner to upgrade their house?
This shows what an asinine idea this is.
Unbelievable.
There is an argument, right? And I think it's compelling in the future that maybe solar power will be able to provide energy
someday,
for us at some point in the future.
Yeah.
But that future does not come with panels on your house. Like that's a Band-Aid solution for people who want to do it right now. And if that's you, it might fit your need. Like I know, I think Glenn has solar
oh yeah,
power.
He does. He's got a really good solar system at his ranch.
Because he lives in the middle of nowhere. You know, his house is in the middle of nowhere. And it makes sense for him to use it there. And that's the case for some people.
And by the way, it costs a fortune to do.
Yep.
And
maintenance
doesn't work.
Yep.
It doesn't work half the time.
It's up and down. There's all sorts of problems with it, and they haven't solved it yet. At some point, they may. But if
I think they will at some point.
I do too.
They just haven't.
But if they do it, it's not going to be localized on your roof panels. Certainly not the ones that exist now. They'll probably do it in a central area like they do with nuclear power, right? Or they do with coal power, right? You're going to have a power plant. You're going to have it distributed that way. If the battery technology, is able to improve by a lot, there's a possibility to store a lot of that power and utilize it in those ways. But I mean, it would have to improve in immense amounts at this point.
Yeah.
But you're certainly not going to start retrofitting houses for today's technology. That makes no sense. Germany did this.
It's absolutely crazy.
Germany did this. They were like, you know what? Solar's the future. Global warming's bad. Blah, blah, blah. So they made a government program. They invested billions and billions of dollars in solar panels. And everyone was like, well, this is great. They're going to cut the emissions. Yeah, it might be a little expensive, but the government was stepping in to make sure those bills weren't so high. So again, they're paying for the panels. Then they're paying for
it was all subsidized.
Extreme cost, right?
Yeah.
They're making that better. But even with that, what happened was 5 years later, once they got all this stuff installed, it was ancient technology.
Outdated.
It was outdated technology. And so now what they have, their entire country is littered with ancient, old, inefficient solar panels that no longer do nearly as much as if they would have waited a few years for the technology to improve. And it has improved quickly. It's much better than it was 10 or 15 years ago. But it's not there for mass use yet. And it may never get there. I think it will. We have technologies that will do the sorts of things they're looking for, but they don't want nuclear power. Nuclear power is there. There's a group of environmentalists, leftists, who think global warming is the biggest deal in the world. And they are out there trying to convince other leftists, hey, guys, nuclear power is the answer to this. It's safe. Yeah. It's there. We already know how to use it. There's a lot of technology in the nuclear.
The infrastructure kind of exists in most places already.
Exactly. Other countries have, France, I think it's 80% of their power comes from nuclear. But that's older technology too. There's advancements in nuclear technology that have never been implemented here because we're all afraid of it.
Right.
And that move could actually, it could do what both conservatives and liberals want, right? Liberals could get their global warming stuff. Conservatives could get power that we don't have to import, that, we could solve our electricity problems endlessly.
Yeah, if you want the China syndrome to happen all over America. Is that what you want, Stu? Is that what you're hoping for?
What you're talking about.
The China syndrome. Does that sound familiar to you?
I don't. Well, yes, it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. None of this has ever happened.
Look at all the people who died at 3 Mile Island.
Nobody died.
Nobody. That's right.
The worst exposure at 3 Mile Island was the set of full chest x-rays. That is legitimately the truth. That is legitimately the truth.
Yeah, it is.
A set of chest x-rays, which you go in and get willingly at the doctor's office. Okay, we have that Ocasio-Cortez tweet. We'll do that next. Here on the Glenn Beck program, it's Pat and Stu in for Glenn.
You're listening to Glenn.
You know what's smart? Figuring out who you need to hire to take your business to the next level in 2019. You know what else is smart? Going to ZipRecruiter.com/Beck and hiring the right people. Now, unlike other job sites, ZipRecruiter finds the qualified candidates for you. It has powerful matching technology that nobody else has. It scans thousands of resumes to identify people with the right skills, education, and experience, and then goes out and actively invites them to apply to your job. So you get a qualified candidate fast. This is why ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers in the U.S. This rating comes from hiring sites on Trustpilot with over 1,000 reviews. Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive address, ZipRecruiter.com/.